In the middle of all the chaos that comes with running a hotel, what do you think are the most powerful 20 minutes of your entire day? I'll give you a hint. It's not checking in a VIP or even handling a big complaint. It's the daily front office briefing. Yeah, that short, sharp meeting that has a massive impact on pretty much everything, from how happy your guests are to how well your team works together.
So let's just dive right in. I want you to picture a front desk that doesn't do a daily huddle. What do you see? Probably a lot of chaos, right? Confusion, and a whole lot of guest complaints piling up. Now flip that. Imagine a team that moves with total clarity, perfect coordination, and real confidence. The difference maker here isn't some fancy new software or bigger budget. Nope. It's a simple daily commitment to just talking to each other.
So how exactly does that transformation happen? Well, it all starts when you understand the real power of the huddle. Let's dig into why this quick little get-together is probably the single most important tool you have.
I love this quote from a pretty standard operating procedure because it just cuts right to the chase. This isn't about some big, lofty idea. It's about pure, practical efficiency. The whole point is to create a smoother operation. And what does that really mean? It means you stop wasting time. You stop having your team members constantly asking each other for information because everyone already knows what's going on.
Okay, let's just pause on that for a second. Seriously, think about your team's day. How many times does someone have to stop what they're doing to ask a colleague about a VIP who's arriving, or a special request, or some issue that popped up the night before? All those little interruptions, they add up, right? The real cost of not having a good briefing is hidden in all that lost time.
All right, so now that we get the why, let's get into the how. A great briefing doesn't just happen on its own. It's all about some smart prep work. So this next part is all about what a shift leader needs to get done before the huddle even kicks off.
Look, this isn't rocket science, but it is absolutely critical. The prep is really just a simple three-step process. First, you've got to read the night logbook. That's where the story of the last shift is, what went wrong, what still needs to be done. Second, pull out any other special info or memos. And third, get a good handle on the day's big movements. Who's coming, who's leaving, and who needs that extra special attention. Honestly, walking into a briefing without doing this is like trying to drive somewhere without a map. You're just flying blind.
So you've done your prep, you've got your notes, now it's time for the main event. Let's break down the actual structure of the meeting itself, what you need to cover and how to cover it so that every single minute counts.
This right here is your game plan. It's a list that's comprehensive but still really focused. You'll start with a quick peek at the previous night's numbers, and then you pivot right into the day ahead, focusing on guest flow and your VIPs. And this is key. You cover all the potential problem areas, like unresolved issues or guests with high balances. This agenda makes sure every important detail gets covered, so there are no nasty surprises later in the day.
And here it is, the golden rule. This whole agenda, it needs to fit into a 20 to 30-minute window. That's it. Remember, this isn't some long, drawn-out board meeting. It's a high-energy huddle. That time limit forces you to be concise, to focus only on what's essential, and it shows you respect everyone's time so they can get back out there on the floor. Now, beyond the agenda, how you run the briefing makes a huge difference. Here are 4 super simple but really powerful techniques. Keep it short, obviously. Make sure you let people ask questions. This has to be a two-way street. Remind everyone of the bigger picture, the mission. And, my absolute favorite tip, make everyone stand up. It keeps the energy high, it stops people from rambling, and it physically sends the message that this is a quick, focused huddle, not just another meeting to sit through.
And that brings us to our second little moment of reflection. Think about your own daily briefings, and be honest with yourself. Does it feel like a high-energy, focused huddle that really sets your team up to win the day? Or has it kind of turned into just another meeting on the calendar, something people feel like they just have to endure? The difference between those two is everything.
So, when you get this right, when you prepare well and you run a tight, energetic huddle every single day, what's the end result? Well, you get a winning team. This is about the long game, where that daily habit builds a real culture of excellence and shared goals.
The payoff, it's actually pretty simple, but it's also profound. See, an informed team is a proactive team. That builds teamwork. And a coordinated team can anticipate what guests need and solve problems before they even get bigger. That makes for genuinely happier guests. And when you have that kind of teamwork and that level of guest satisfaction, that's when you know you're running a truly professional operation. And it all starts with that daily huddle. So if you take away one thing, let it be this.
Stop thinking of the briefing as just another task to check off a list. It's so much more than that. It's the heartbeat of your front office. It's that one moment where the whole team gets in sync and really owns the day ahead. It's not just a meeting. It is the daily foundation of excellence. Go make every huddle count.